All right, hello. Here we are. Another YouTube video. This time we're gonna do some fall styling.
Yep.
So we have a bunch of fall stuff in. We often box ourselves in, give ourselves parameters of we're gonna style Stone Island or what have you. We wanted to just kind of pick through all the stuff we have.
Yep.
We have a lot of awesome product in. Some stuff might be overlooked. We get questions around fit, proportions, 101s, Orslow, etc., etc. We can address those in this video, tell you how we approached it, and maybe pick some things that are not getting enough eyes and or love.
Yeah.
Right now.
And we're gonna use Alec and Madison today. So we're gonna mix that up a little bit.
Yeah, we have a lot of good stuff. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. All right, Alan, come on.
Bring them on in. All right, here we go. Already being referred to as the bacon, egg, and cheese.
Wait, why is that?
Because it's kind of a New York look with the Timberlands that aren't Timberlands, you know what I mean?
Dead ass, right?
Dead ass. I think that what I really like about this is that everything is sort of something that anybody could relate to or understand.
Yeah, we got a plain colored hoodie, a flannel, and some jeans.
Yeah.
And some boots, regular.
Irregular, but everything is like very highly elevated, just sort of the situation. So the top is Herill. It's all cashmere. It's their like long staple fiber cashmere, so it's incredibly nice hand. I think that like that right away just looks really elegant and rich and pretty, you know what I mean? As opposed to just like a straightforward cotton hoodie. It really does make a big difference. Yeah. Then he's got the flannel, but this is the flannel from Our Legacy.
Yeah, so this is the Iowa check.
They're still brushed, but they're a lot thinner, so they like you can put them under things better. And they're just a little drapier, and when you get this stuff sticking out, if there's some movement to it, it's kind of cool, kind of doing the Hey Arnold, you know what I mean?
I know what you're talking about.
The jeans are the 101s, the very anticipated 101 in the
denim used.
Denim used.
Yes, it's the 101 denim used. We also have 100s and have had those in the one wash in stock currently. As you mentioned in the intro, a lot of people ask about 101s, 100s, 105s, 107s. This is the 101. Al, if you want to give us just a little side profile, nothing too crazy. See?
They have that sort of like naturally curving on the hip shape to them, but they also are still straight, so you can see when they stack, it ends up really creating this nice leg throughout the pant. I also really like the kind of even color of this. I think it looks really nice with blacks and tans and stuff, so really easy to work into your wardrobe. Most importantly, it's extremely comfortable. And that's what we wanted to go for with this, is just like, not everything has to be like super fussy and hyper layered. It can still be like do all the things that you're comfortable with.
Yeah, we've got outfits that we'll layer and stuff with, but this is kind of the put it on and you're just comfortable. And
100%.
Low effort.
And then this is the boot. What's the name of the boot, Chase?
It's like a round toe from Our Legacy, a similar shape to the Cortege if you're familiar.
I was gonna say, it looks like the Cortege.
Probably on a similar last, if not the same last. Only difference is we got that wedge sole down low, and then it's just a little bit more of like a mid than a proper boot.
Yeah, I think the shape is definitely the same because I have the Cortege myself. I really like that boot, and I love the shape that it has personally. I also think that like the nice thing is that one is like a leather sole, and this is, I think it's a Vibram. It's like a nice rubber sole, super comfortable, will also kind of wear well throughout the winter. This kind of suede really holds up well.
I think suede is as durable as like a smooth leather.
This will be easy to clean. It'll nap up really nicely and look good. It's a small detail, but I love the kind of like hexagonal eyelets that it has. I really think it makes a big difference. So yeah, just wanted to put something together that felt like easy and wearable and approachable, but also you can still elevate the hell out of those, you know, basic items in your wardrobe. Plus, you can wear this solo with a million things. Everything goes together, but it also would go together with almost anything else you have in your wardrobe. So it's simple.
Feels awesome. I've been looking for a cashmere hoodie probably my whole life. I need a cashmere sweater. I own the 101s in the black wash. Boots are out of my comfort zone, but I do need a pair for when the snow comes around and it gets a little cold. Iowa check, I already own one. It's in my closet bag at home, so standard fare for me. Easy, good stuff. Yep.
Amazing.
Cool. The dog that walked past didn't like it. Looking back.
Stop that. All right, come on, Alan. What were we thinking with this one, Timbo? Like, you know, not in a bad way. I was thinking, we were thinking like active material.
Start it over. All right,
Al.
Here we go.
Here we go, baby.
So I think with this one, we wanted to do something that felt a little bit more like technical, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because as much as like, I understand that like most people believe the Gorp has finished its cycle for the most part, I still think that like technical doesn't go away, especially in like the winter, and there's ways to do that at like a really cool level. I mean, Nanamika being a brand that does it very well.
Weather's still happening. Although the trend might not be like the only thing people are doing anymore, obviously you need shit when it's cold, rain, etc., etc., etc.
So the cool way to play with proportion here is we took Chunky Shoe. This is a new version of Clark's, kind of taking the Wallaby and sort of making it a little wider stance-wise. With
like a wedge sole.
Yeah, like a wedge sole. I specifically like the shape of that with a big baggy pant because it's all going to gather there, kind of land. It's going to make everything feel bigger in proportion or volume. But I think a lot of people assume like a big pant is going to mean bigger proportionally. But that's not the case. A bigger pant, when done in a thin fabric like this, which happens to be alpha dry, so it'll also like feed water, keep out the cold, and keep out the wind. It'll lay better because when it gathers here at the bottom, it does this thing that actually kind of slims the leg. I think a lot of people think big pant, big silhouette. Not necessarily the case. Not when it drapes well like this. So we wanted to have kind of interesting proportion happening here. But then up top you go in, we got one of the Nanamika wind shirts. So that'll peek out a little bit, makes it a little bit more sophisticated, and also creates a lot of different layers because you know, as you go from different places, you want to have different proportion, different stuff going on. And then this really great Stone Island jacket on top that almost has that like military bomber look to it. I love the shape of this jacket specifically. If you kind of go to your side, Alec, you can kind of see what I'm talking about. It does that thing where it sort of goes like that and creates a cool bell shape that happens. Makes everything up top really comfortable, but also it pinches at the waist a little bit, which I think with big volume pant, with a longer shirt, you're kind of creating this interesting proportion. Plus you have the option to adjust based on your body type. You can do this zip, you can bring that zip up, create a different like more bell out shape as opposed to curve in. You can go all the way to the top with it. You can keep it unzipped. You can have a lot of different things. Can you actually take the jacket off for 1 second, Alec? Just so you can see what I mean too when you sort of take this off and move into the next layer. So you still have this nice, comfortable layer up top, and now everything just feels nice and breezy and comfortable in that way. It really is just creating a lot of opportunity to like change things around throughout the day and still have something really comfortable. And everything here, we wanted to try to keep it to have water resistance, wind resistance, whatever it might be, but just have some sort of weather protection while still making something that feels kind of sophisticated and kind of city, but also kind of like you could wear it anywhere. You know, it's a little bit of a lot of things. I think it turned out really nice.
Yeah, this looks really good on you, Al. I know that you have been leaning towards wider silhouettes in your personal dress, I suppose. This looked really cool on you when you walked in, so.
Yeah. We also did this kind of taupey colored gray at the bottom. Again, just it's all kind of in this black and white and gray kind of colorway. But if you do it all at different levels, it's going to make it easier to work across your whole wardrobe and sort of work together because everything gets broken up while still sealing, you know, because otherwise you're going to get into like, it looks like a little more like an outfit. You know what I mean? A little bit more like a uniform, I mean.
Like, you know, today I'm wearing all black and they're all more or less really similar shades of black. But when you break up a gray against a dark navy or a black, etc., you can really tell the proportions apart.
Exactly.
So, cool. All right.
Bring her in.
All right, Big Madison.
She comes in coyly.
Welcome. Just like her dog.
Yeah. So we wanted to do like a lot of layers, but we wanted it to be like chic and cool because normally we do guys and it's easier to chic girls sometimes.
Sure.
So wanted to go in a more like sophisticated chic kind of approach to this whole thing. So, you know, I thought it was important that we include a bunch of like cozy looking things, but also have it be like drapey and pretty at the same time.
Yeah, very textural.
Yeah, obviously like kind of channeling like Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen a little bit.
Fuck yeah.
The key here was we wanted to do the sweater first because we really like the sweater. The sweater's Lemaire. It's a V-neck, but it's like really high up and it doesn't lay flat if you see. So it almost does this kind of natural cool dip thing. We both thought, because we liked the idea of like collared shirts underneath things.
Love it, yeah,
hanging
it's so
out.
cool.
And it just adds extra stuff. She wants to take off the sweater. It still looks pretty and cool and clean and finished.
Yeah, sure.
Underneath this, it kind of makes everything look a little more disheveled in like a fun way.
Yeah, like a wabi-sabi kind of approach where like the collar's not perfect because it kind of tucks behind the sweater collar but comes out in the front. Yeah.
Anytime you do like kind of this black chic, almost like, you know, I'm talking very like New York look,
of course,
you can also be a little bit more disheveled everywhere else with how you kind of style it because it's already going to look clean together. So you get a lot of more play in that department. So anyway, we started with the sweater. built in the shirt to kind of make that feel finished.
Yep.
And then I felt that we needed like a really flowy pant below, almost like a dress pant.
Sure.
So this is the Margiela pant.
Yeah.
I think it's really nice because it has a lot of taper. It kind of lands at the bottom and hits the shoe and then does that same thing we were talking about with Alex's outfit.
Yep.
That really looks nice. And I think also the pressed version of the pant really looks, again, it just cleans the whole thing up.
Yeah.
It makes it look really finished and cool. You suggested these shoes kind of last minute and I liked it because we were looking for a shoe that didn't feel like it kind of went with everything else on purpose.
Yeah.
Like a natural way to break it up
It's
a
cool,
bit.
like you said, city styling, like putting in a sneaker where you might put a leather, dressier, formal shoe. You know
Which
what I mean?
would also look really great with this but if you don't need that context, then I think it's actually cool to break it up. And then finished it with this great top coat from the whale coat, right?
Exactly,
from
the
Our
whale
Legacy.
coat from Our,
The reason I liked this was it's got kind of that 80s Armani looking shoulder
like
to
a
it.
structured shoulder almost. Yeah.
And I think normally if you fill that out, it makes that really cool, like on you, it's gonna have that like upside down triangle, sort of like broad, really like clean silhouette to it. On her, because it's a little oversized, it actually kind of does something different, which I think is great. It still gives her some structure because everything else is so soft. Then we finished it with the crossbody. Once this is all out, especially if you imagine like she has great accessories and jewelry and stuff with it still looks finished. Like you'd wear this to an office, but it also feels like fashionable because it doesn't feel so like fussy. I really like that in the look.
All right.
Bring her in.
Come on.
Bring her in. Okay, well, we had to make a last minute call because we weren't supposed to put the jacket on the last one. It was supposed to be on another one, so we had to...
I'll be honest. That was me.
That was him. That's all right. We pivoted and did something different anyway, and I think it actually maybe turned out better overall.
I agree.
So we wanted to do these pants. We liked the pants a lot. I love the kind of flare that they have naturally. I think it looks really cool. It's kind of slimming, but it's also, there's a lot of volume and proportion stuff going on, which is really cool. These that we were just talking about, because we didn't realize that this is the black leather in the Wallaby, but it's Gore-Tex, which is very cool.
Yeah, so it's the Wallaby low, but the Gore-Tex version, so they come with a little beefier sole.
Yeah.
And this is, like Timothy said, the smooth leather, but we also have them in like a brown mid suede, which is cool too.
Well, and in all black too, I think it ends up reading, especially with this pant, it looks like it's like a really nice dress shoe. So I really like the way this all works together. But then I like to do, whenever you do like a dress pant, if you don't have to go formal, it's cool to kind of mix that up, kind of what we were doing with like the Vans on the last pair. So kind of in the similar way, I figured like it'd be cool to do something tough and casual on top. So the jacket's Frism Works. It's the Destroyed
cowhide leather jacket. Yep, this is our second or third season that we've
What
seen
I love about
show.
it is it looks like tumbled and beat up, so it already has that kind of like unusual proportion that I really like, that leather jackets kind of always have that kind of boxier thing, but there's still a lot of room and volume in it. I really like that paired with the really clean wool on the bottom.
Exactly.
So I think it looks great. Mono stereo shirt, keep it kind of cropped, and I like that, you know, we're not gonna tuck it in, we're not gonna do anything like that. Also looks really cool when you had it on without the jacket. I thought it looked really cool just as on, because it's a long sleeve. And also, if she ends up having this undone, the sleeve is also raw, so if it sticks out, I think that also ends up looking
proportion
really cool
and texture.
too. And then a caudal hat on top. I mean, the whole thing's like very casual, but I think that if you choose fabrics correctly, it ends up looking like really put together, even though you're not really doing anything wide.
I like this outfit more than the first one you picked out. The first one felt very personal.
Yeah.
Very personal. But yeah, this is great. I love the bagginess of it.
All right, so that was that. 4 outfits for Fall Winter 25. I'm sure we can run this again this season, but again, wanted to keep it evergreen. What do you think?
I think it was good. I think it was a nice way to showcase a different thing than we normally do, which is more like we're trying to style one thing. This was just trying to pick things at random, which arguably weirdly harder for us maybe. But it was fun. I really like the way things turned out. You can take pieces and parts of each of those outfits and apply them to your own wardrobe really easily.
Exactly. Whether it's just like the silhouette or how you're approaching the shirt underneath the sweater, stuff like that. So
So I think there's some good little tidbits in there, and I think we came up with some good outfits. I'm happy with them.
Like, comment, subscribe. That goes a long way for us, so thank you. If you have suggestions, comments, if there's other maybe exercises that are similar to this you'd like to see, brains you'd like to see us work in next time, we're happy to do it on other staff members as well. So it kind of, we get the whole situation. So it's fun, and I had a lot of fun doing it, but please let us know what you think. Listen to our podcast. Timothy and I have a podcast. It's called Customer Service. It is brought to you by Canoe Club, which we work at Canoe Club. So go over there, show some love there, be in touch. If you need anything at all, we're available.
Bye.